From the nation of Hollywood to the Empire State, news film from around the world on your neighborhood screen today, delivered via high-speed airmail. This is Aerotone News. Airborne shipping, the new king of commerce. Across all 23 American nations, old-fashioned trains, ships, and trucks are no match for the modern Zeppelin. Shipments have never been faster. Mountains, forests, and rivers, no problem for these luxury liners of the sky. But with modern air shipping comes modern air pirates, the scourge of the skies. Not since the days of wooden ships and iron men have pirates so cursed the world. Hunting the skies between the Americas for loot and cargo, and even the occasional kidnapping. But such villainy is answered in force. Government militias and private security companies have responded, raising their own air forces to fight the criminals, to beat the devils at their own game. Score one for the good guys. The Parade of Aces. The hair-raising adventures of these heroes have captured the imagination of the world. New York ladies' man, loyal showstopper Crawford. Aviation security pioneer Paladin Blake. Hollywood blonde shell Charlie Steele. Ex-pirate turned pirate hunter Easter Whitaker. The Parade of Infamy, the villains of the air. Double-crossing ex-Texas Air Ranger, the murderous Marshal Bill Redmond. From Wall Street Raider to Zeppelin Bandit, the vicious Jonathan Genghis Khan. The pirate with a secret purpose, the brilliant and mysterious Black Swan. Don't let her beauty fool you, boys. This one's too hot to handle. And the Undertaker of the Sky out of Skyhaven, cold-blooded newcomer Ulysses Booth. But the pirate's short life of fame, daring, and fortune always ends the same, in a twisted metal coffin. The battle rages on, but justice will prevail. The criminals of the air...
What gives, boss? You, the world-famous Nathan Zachary, didn't even make it into this month's Parade of Infamy.
Trust me, Jacko. With what I've got planned, we will.
G'day ladies and gents, and welcome to Retro Replays with Mags. Today we're going to be taking a little bit of a look at Zipper Interactive and Microsoft Game Studios' 2000 flight simulation Crimson Skies, one of my favourite flight games of all time. Now this is an arcade flight game based in the world of Crimson Skies where you take on the role of air pirate Nathan Zachary. Think Errol Flynn crossed with Robin Hood. Now, Crimson Skies plays out in an alternate timeline setting where the stock market crash of 1929, along with infighting between various wet and dry states, prohibition, and a massive outbreak of influenza that killed millions, has shattered the United States, each of the individual states that make up the core of the United States becoming a country into itself. Wars between the various states have resulted in the highway and railway networks falling into disuse, with air transport taking over the primary role of moving both goods, services and people around North America. Now, Crimson Skies is very heavy on its story with some incredible voice acting for the time period. I'm not going to talk through it all, so let's get into it.
Boss, this is Sparks. You still alive in there?
Yeah.
Geez, Skipper, you're missing the whole works. The party, the cookout, the women. When are you going to join us?
I'll be down when I can, kid.
See, I told you. He's not budging.
Give me that thing. Chief, it's Tex. Not only are you missing Big John's choice eats, but Justine here says she ain't done with you yet.
Nathan, where are you? We miss you. I miss you.
Chief, you plain work too hard. Why, you only spent one night with the ladies.
And what a night it was.
See, blowing off steam's good for a fella. What I'm getting at, sir, is that it's been a tough month. We all know how sore you are about that rat Miles double-crossing us in Cuba, but he's sleeping with the fishes now, and you'll figure out some plan to make us all rich again. You always do.
Tex, let's not ever talk about Lucas Miles again. Understood? Now I've got work to do.
He's hopeless. Here, you try.
Jack here. What are you reading now, Zachary? British politics, shipping reports?
The Secret Journeys, a Hawaiian oral history of Sir Francis Drake, 1578 to 1580. Got it yesterday.
You see, that's sad. That you need to get out more.
Fascinating. Everyone thinks Captain Cook discovered the Hawaiian Islands in 1778, but in 1579, the English privateer Sir Francis Drake was here. He lost his largest ship, the Teresa, in a storm near here, off the Kapa'awi Islands. All hands presumed lost.
Oh, wow, no kidding. 1579, cheese and crackers. You know, I'll be sure to tell the crew.
Jacko,
Yeah.
we're not here for fun. We're here for treasure. Remember that leather map we pinched in Tortuga?
2 years ago. Yeah, sure. How could I forget?
I finally figured out what it is. It's the map of the Teresa's last route. Jack, she was full of stolen Spanish gold, and I think I found her.
Why, you old devil.
I have to say, I was a little worried when I was reinstalling Crimson Skies. I was a little worried that the voice acting wouldn't live up to what was in my memory, but it's actually not all that bad, even by today's standards. So this is your hangar screen before you go into a mission. Any plane that you have currently equipped as your plane will appear through the windows inside of your hangar. Now you get this little memento collection here. It's a little portrait picture frame when you get a number of photos in it. Oh, that's ugly. As you complete missions and go through the game, more photos will become available, and you can change it in between missions at any time. We'll go with that one. Now your other option here is plane construction, and this was excellent. First, you got to give your plane a name, so we'll go with the Mags Mark 1. That'll do. Okay. Now, first page you got here is you select airframe. At the moment we're running with the Hughes P-21J Mark III Devastator. It's the default aircraft you start with and one of the coolest looking aircraft in Crimson Skies. This is its complete default standard loadout, and you can see how much the plane costs at the top. I have no money, so I can't actually set one up here. As you go through the tabs at the bottom, you get other options. So at the moment there's one engine I can upgrade here. I can change the armor units on the aircraft, dropping them down, reducing the maximum weight on the aircraft, allowing me to fit larger weapons or larger engines. I can also change each of the individual weapons layouts. So at the moment I've got a set of 50 cals, a set of 40 cals, and a set of 30 cals. I could strip the, say, 30 cals off and set it to two groups of 50 cals if I had weight allowance. For those of you who have played MechWarrior in the past, at around about the same time, this will be very familiar. And the final page, and this was excellent, fully customizable paint jobs. The aircraft are usually divided into 3 segments, with 3 different areas that you can paint, along with nose, tail, and wing decals, which are completely selectable by you.
Morning, everyone.
Morning, sir.
Say, those Medusas must throw some kind of party.
The canned coffee can't help, sir.
Yeah. Now, here's the whole works. Jack's filled you in on the real reason we're in Hawaii. Drake's gold. Okay. Now, I've managed to narrow the list of potential sites down to 3. The first site is in this cliff here, on the Kapa'awi Islands.
Hey, how does shipwreck get way up there?
We're looking for the treasure, Jack, not the ship.
Oh, yeah, the treasure.
The survivors may have rescued the gold from the wreck and hid it up on this cliff. Or I figure they may have buried it in this valley here at the second site. Or maybe the wreckage washed ashore into the same valley during a storm. Now the third and last site's out here somewhere, probably in this reef. I'll need only one wingman for today's mission.
Yeah, sure, make me do all the work.
Actually, Jack, I was thinking of taking Betty.
What?
Yes, sir.
You'll get over it, Jack. We gotta give the new pilots as much flying time as we can afford. It's pretty quiet out there today, so I'm gonna give Betty here some tips on how to fly like a fortune hunter. Besides, Jack, I want you to ride with me in my plane. We'll check out each site from the air, get the lay of the land. If we find anything, I'll circle back around so you can bail out and verify the location from the ground.
Yeah, well, don't come crying to me when she shoots your tail off or something, okay?
Oh, you mean like that story Big John was telling me about you over Virginia, Jack? You know, the one where you shot up your own plane?
Hey,
Remember
that wasn't my fault.
Oh, sure.
What do you know? New kid's got moxie. You're all right.
Betty, I'll meet you outside, airborne in 15. The rest of you, no more parties till we get this gold job sewn up.
Yes, sir. What you say? Yeah.
So what we have there is what is possibly one of the most interesting briefings that I have ever heard. And that's what they're like the whole way through this game. They're oozing with personality, the voice acting. It can get a little rocky in a couple of places, but most of the time it is perfect. Now, this is the last screen you see before you go into a mission, Flight Check, where you can select your ammunition for your guns. You can also select your airframes that you're about to send into battle. So we start the mission getting ready to deploy from the Zeppelin Pandora. Now, I'm leaving the frame rate counter in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. One of the complaints about this game when it came out, and it's never really been fixed because it's hard-coded this way, was choppy frame rate. The hard coding has it running at 20 FPS, or thereabouts, low 20s. It never gets any higher, and it doesn't matter how much computing hardware you have available, that's as fast as it's going to run. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it is.
Good luck out there, you two. Go make us millionaires. Yeah, and Betty, try not to kill the boss, okay? He's the only friend I got, you know.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Jack. I'll do my best.
Follow me, Betty. Try to get a feel for your plane and keep your eyes peeled.
Yes, sir.
Now, being a 15-year-old game, there is no track IR support for this. Looking around the cockpit is controlled by the hat on the top of the joystick.
Stone carvings could give a guy the creeps.
Fly close to it, boss, and see if you can see anything. There might be something else good down there.
The voice acting doesn't stop in game either, so I'll talk when I can.
Carvings are the beginning of a cave. Say, there's an old altar down there. And I bet it has a few secrets. Golden secrets.
Attention, unidentified aircraft. This area is under British authority.
British? That's funny. I thought this was Hawaii, not Hangar.
Leave at once. You will be fired upon.
Say, pal, you need to learn some manners. Let's take them out, Betty. I don't like plane jumpers.
Yes, sir.
So, the flight modelling for Crimson Skies, it's actually quite a lot like War Thunder arcades, except being played almost exclusively with joystick. All the key elements, lift, drag, stalls, are all modelled within the game, but the aircraft are generally so powerful that they can bend the laws of physics Hollywood movie style.
See that? Looks like some sort of camp. I'll bet it belonged to a survivor of the wreck.
Worth checking out, boss?
Definitely.
Graphics-wise, the game hasn't aged incredibly well. However, it's definitely not the worst game that I've played that's 15 years old. Some of the key combinations for various things can be a little clunky in their default settings, however, luckily all of the keys are completely rebindable in the game and can be bound to joystick. The late 90s, early 2000s aircraft models, however, I think I'll stay to flying from inside the cockpit.
Atta girl. That's it, all right. Now that's the main treasure site, I'm sure of it. Jack, I'm going to fly over the side again. Get ready to bail out for a closer look. Jack is away. Let us know what you find down there, buddy.
Pandora, this is Jack. Moving to Site 3. Looks like we hit the jackpot. Copy that. Pandora on the way.
No need to follow that order, Sparks. Now that you found our treasure, Nathan, you and your floozy can scram. If you know what's good for you.
Your treasure. Nice try, sister. But this claim is mine. Pirate's code, fair and square. You tell Justine that spending a night with me does not mean she gets to spend my loot.
Yeah? Well, maybe a little swim will change your mind.
Medusa's coming in, sir.
The Medusas have a cargo Zeppelin coming in, British markings on it, probably stolen, judging by the state of it. Looks like they're making a play for the treasure right now. We have to stop that Zeppelin.
Are those spare fuel tanks stacked in the cargo bays? They have "shoot me" written all over them.
Good eye, Betty. We hit those tanks, that should put a kink in their plans.
Woohoo! Did you see that explosion? Great shot, boss. That Zeppelin's going down.
head, punk.
Below you, bandit at 12 o'clock low.
Under heavy fire. Repeat, heavy fire.
Say, Betty, you're a regular wildcat. Not a half-bad pilot either.
I just don't like no one calling me floozy, that's all.
You women will be the end of me. You see any more Medusas?
No, why? You looking for a date?
Ha! I draw the line at dames who shoot at me.
That's not what I heard.
Touche. So, how you feeling after your first proper fight? You want to head back to the Pandora and call it a day, or scout around some more?
I'm good, boss. Whatever you want, I'll follow you.
And that's the end of the first mission. At this point, the game gives you the opportunity to either go around the island and see if you can find any more little hidden items or objectives within the map, or you can go to the Zeppelin and dock your aircraft, ending the mission. Now, as you can see, the story and the personalities of the characters within Crimson Skies are infused in every part of the game. It's in the gameplay while you're playing, it's in the mission briefings, it's in every single cutscene. I can't actually recall any other flight game, simulation or otherwise, that has managed to fit this much characterization and this much story within the game and the framework of a flight game. And that's a real shame, because as you can see, it works really, really, really well. So it's time to end the mission, and ending the mission is quite simple. Simply fly up behind the Zeppelin and you'll get the option to auto-dock when you get within a certain range. Once you hit the A key to activate that,
Home, Skipper.
well,
So,
this happens.
Are we rich yet?
Looks good, kid, but we shall see.
So we come through to the mission results screen, and once again the developers couldn't help themselves but to add more storyline and more world building within the game. This is common at the end of every single mission. What you'll get is a bunch of small little items, newspaper clippings, pages out of books, that tell the story of that mission and sort of give you an idea on the results and how it affected the surrounding world. For example, this one here, you've got a coin of Spanish gold, you did find the gold, a newspaper clipping referring to you shooting up the British convoy crossing the bridge. This particular magazine page is actually related to the bonus objective, which was to fly through that tunnel. If you take the time to read the writing in each and every single one of these, some of the writing in it is actually quite good and quite convincing as a period newspaper article or a period magazine piece, talking about the events of the world, and can actually give you a lot of extra storyline as to what various other pirate groups or various other military groups are doing around. For example, this little article here shows that the British are trying to slip in and take over Hawaii at this point in time. And that particular convoy, well, the British are claiming that they were there to quite literally pick the flowers. Hawaiian officials, however, have found excavation equipment, rifles, ammunition and explosives. Now, of course, you've still got your mission summary here, so this took about 9 minutes and 18 seconds to complete the mission. I only had a 17% hit rate on the guns, which means I'm way out of practice. It also shows the number of kills at the top. I shot down one aircraft. Now, if you find yourself really interested in the memorabilia, always remember there is more than one page of it. Unfortunately, this is where a couple of the glitches of running the game on modern hardware come into place. You'll notice the photo frame with the black hole in it at the bottom right hand corner. That's a graphics glitch that is popping up with modern video cards running this old game. It is worth always having a look through each of these pages, however. When I exit out from this letter, you'll notice on the right hand page there's an empty photo frame just up the top behind this little document here. Each of the little photo frames and the paper clips and everything you'll find in these mission briefing sections relates to a mission objective or something within the game. That empty photo frame is related to one of the bonus objectives that I did not complete on that map. So that empty photo frame tells me there is something else left to do if I decide to refly that mission. And I have absolutely no idea what that's supposed to be a photo of, but doesn't matter. So anyways, ladies and gents, this is Crimson Skies. This particular game has 27 missions in total. I'm actually thinking about flying through them all, one at a time. It was an amazingly fun game at its time, it's still an amazingly fun game now, and it is one of those franchises that I would really like to see rebooted and brought back. With the rising popularity of flight sims and space sims again, I think Crimson Skies' time to actually have a modern remake with high-level graphics is right now, and I would love to see it. Anyways, ladies and gents, hope you enjoyed the video. Click like if you do, subscribe if you want to see more. Fly smart, fly safe, and I'll catch you in the skies.